What's up, watchers? How y'all doing? We're going to start this reading off with a little bit of sage smoke, or white sage, excuse me, smudging. Clear the air a tiny bit. So we're going to try something a little bit different lately. There's been a lot of love cards, love readings, just going rampant lately. I mean, we already know that love is there. I mean, if you haven't come into that fruition yet, then don't worry, because I got a little surprise for you. We are going to do our hardest to interpret all the cards today, and Spirit knows this, knows I'm planning this. We're going to try to stay away from the love topic, no matter what happens. And so you might find this kind of entertaining. So put a smile on, get yourself a coffee, and let's dig into this reading. Oh yeah. All right, let's do this. Okay, so we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to use all three decks. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscription. Don't miss a moment. Usually I start with the Rider-Waite deck, and I clarify with the Radiant Wise, and this time we're going to switch that. And then we're going to end the session with some bicycle affirmations that have written affirmations on them. And here we go. All right, let me just put this down. Let me just call in your spirit team. Let me do this. Let me clarify real quick. I put a post up. Make sure you go check it out. I shared a post from another channel, and it's a reminder today that that we're operating from a higher level of consciousness. Okay, now yes, we have spirit guides, we have angels, and so forth, but really this ascension is all about learning to trust yourself and learning who you are on all those dimensions and trusting yourself as you ascend. So we're not living in a disillusion or illusion of operating out of some way up high, out of reach, channeling dimension where non-physical beings are coming in and influencing all of our lives, making us believe that that our rules don't apply to the rules of the 3D, like time and space, pain and pleasures, so on and so forth. Okay, this is your higher self at work. I would not be delivering these messages if I wasn't. I guess this is where that word "chosen" comes from, and there's a very fine line there, because no one's special, but there are people who are chosen, and you know when you're chosen when everything is grounded and makes sense. Okay, you're not operating on some other level that is not relative to the people around you that you're interacting with, that come into your life, and that you are essentially trying to help, or that are trying to get your help. I don't know if that makes sense to you. Let me know down in the comments. Maybe I can clarify in another video. But we're going to get started with the Radiant Wise. Here we go. Pull in from the Radiant Wise, just like normal. Let's see him pop. All right, let's try to avoid the subject of love if we possibly can. Ooh, some cards wanting to come out. Something's telling me that they... Okay, we didn't stop all the way, but this one is definitely telling me to start here. Ooh! Okay, so we're not going to take reverses today. Last night I was, and that was, it took a little time for me. But okay, so this is a perfect place to start out when we're talking about Ascension. The Hermit, coming out in all his glory and his lantern. Oh, God, I love you, Hermit. Yes, this is all introspection. This is trusting in that higher consciousness, and definitely filling your world. I want to say filling your head, but let's just say filling your world, filling your energy with the right information that resonates with you, that relates you and your situation to the world around you. You don't want to get too lost, and the Hermit is a great reminder of not getting lost when it is a dark time. Okay, love is there. You don't need to hear some wild love stories about what's coming. If you've been watching this channel, then you've been following the signs, and you know that you own it. You own love already, and so we're talking about Ascension, and it all starts with a bit of introspection, might leading into a lot of shadow work. In fact, the introspection and the shadow work, they never leave. Okay, the higher you go in dimensions, it only means the more work you have to go through. Okay, the more experience you have in this world only means the more pain you have to go through, and pain is breakthrough. Pain is success. You cannot know success without knowing failure, true, in your heart, okay? Because that's the only way we can build ourselves up and become the greatest higher self the universe has to provide for us. Let's do it. All right. Off to a good start with the Hermit. We're looking for a popper. Oh, yes. And what do we got? We got the... All right, we got the 10 of Pentacles. All right, so this is definitely going to go under the Hermit because your higher self is definitely watching over all the details. Wow, that car was tore up. Anyways, but sometimes we really got to have that higher self step in. Otherwise, we're going to end up driving a torn up beater. And there's a sense of completion. All your pentacles are lining up, and it's all about how you shuffle the deck. Okay, how you interpret the signs that are going around within your home life, within your work life. Within your whether or not you're intentionally being social, or if you're just like cruising through the mall or you're whatever, and you're trying to be an outgoing person, you're trying to establish energetic relationships and trying to discover who you are in all this, to find that sense of completion. Now, so this is going to be a card that maybe we haven't fully understood to its core, and that's going to go under the Hermit. The Hermit's going to be looking down on that like so. This is how it's going to look in this read, in the very middle. And now we're going to pull some more right now. I cleared some memory on my phone, so hopefully I can make this this video nice and comfortable so that we can get a good detailed read as we make our way along the path to ascension. Alright, I saw a card that wanted to come out. It's probably a love card. Let's see what we can get from Spirit today. Ooh, oh yes, okay, cool. Judgment. Alright, so Judgment, usually this kind of always tells me that this is going, with the covering the naked people, usually this is telling me something that we're waiting for in the future, or like an over, what do I want to say? A kind of an overseen by the angels and the higher beings, but we're embodying a sense of higher self, and we are in control. The higher self is in control. That's what's feeding you all the signs. That's where your hemispheres are coming together to meet in the middle. And this is going to go, it's telling me that it kind of wants to go in the middle, but we're gonna put it in a past tense, because you've already uncovered this. You've already spoken to your angels. Your angels have already spoken through you. Your higher self and the decree. It's already been casted out. We're in different times now. So this is going to represent the new beginning that you've already known, that has already come into fruition, to the left of the Hermit, on the same level as the Hermit. And we're going to be pulling 6 all together. Clear some room. All right, here we go. Let's pull another. We ain't even there yet. Oh yeah, that was it right there. Not taking anything in reverse. All right, so we have the Queen of Wands. Ooh, where's the Queen of Wands gonna go? Ooh, trying not to focus on the love, but you know what? This could be you. All right, now this could be here. Check this out. This could be a lot of that coldness, that calculatedness that you've had to go through, or that you've went through from someone else. Maybe someone holding you down in place. Could be a divine feminine. Someone that's always had this watchful eye over you, that you've recently come to the realization that you just don't really trust this person. It's not that you don't respect this person. It's more or less that you are now stepping into the valence, which is the way you perceive the world, and your personality, in the way you perceive the world. You're stepping into your own. All right. Now you might be in your mid 20s to maybe late 20s, and this person still kind of sees you as a child. And you might have even had to pull away and go out on your own kind of recklessly, and you might have even had to deal with some stuff in the wake, but you are definitely stronger because of it. Let me know if that resonates. Because we don't just let kings and queens look over us, and we don't just give them all the power that they want, letting their magic um, be the ruler of our destiny. All right, no one's going to tell you who you are and who you aren't. Only your higher self can do that. So that's actually going to go. It's going to go underneath judgment. Okay, judgment has decreed that that you are starting this new beginning. That you are coming out of these caskets fully naked and ready to be clothed in your own style. You might oh gosh, I see the Two of Cups coming out. What's going to happen? Oh gosh. Here, we're going to put that on top there. I'm going to skip forward now because I don't know why I see the Two of Cups coming out. Okay, but it has meaning. If it does pop out, it does have meaning. What was that? What's that? Which one is it? Is it this one? Oh, okay, even worse. The the Four of Wands. All right. Okay, so from this card, what I'm seeing is sort of this aerial view. You see this these four wands and all this floral here. Imagine if you were looking above, looking down from like a drone perspective, and you see that these people, they are standing. Well, I mean, in this picture, it doesn't really look that way, but let's just use our imagination. They're standing in the middle, and you're looking down at these people coming together, kind of symbolizing things that you see now that you've been focusing a little too hard on. Does that make sense to you? Feeling like, the wands is a representation of, I believe, fire signs. I think all around wands are fire signs. But they're really like a sense of magic, that sense of manifestation in action. And you're looking down from this drone perspective, seeing where you've kind of put your priorities and knowing that it's a little bit bigger than that. Focusing on love or focusing on people to be in your life, in that love aspect, trying to put spells on them. That's not where you want to be. This might even see you leading into undoing a lot of the spell work that you thought you were putting out there. But essentially, I don't really believe everyone is doing spell work even when they really, really intend to. I know that there was a time when I thought I was intentionally doing spell work, and I realized, this has no power over anybody because my heart isn't coming from the right place. It takes a lot of introspection to realize that. I mean, it didn't take a lot of introspection for me to realize that. It was sort of that one of those things where it was like when I had the thought, it was kind of like, okay, that's not right. That's not how reality works. You have to. Now, this is going to be next to the Hermit. You have to worry about your damn self. Actually, he's facing away from this. You have to move away from these ideas. This is how it's looking in the spread. You have to move away from these ideas. That was less of a beater, but he was still kind of loud. You have to walk away from these ideals if you want to step into that higher consciousness and that ascension. You need to let go of these ideas that I can only be happy if I get exactly what I want. The universe will hand you what you want. You just have to be willing to do the introspection work and shine your light on the subject when the opportunity does come. Make sense? All right. Let's put that Hermit back. Let's put that next to the Hermit. Yeah. Yeah, you should, maybe you have come to that realization. Maybe that doesn't apply to you. Maybe you did come to that realization just like I have in the past, that when you have that thought that that's what you need, and maybe you need to do some kind of magic to get it, that's definitely, your higher self will stop you dead in your tracks, and you will not be successful if you go down that route. Trust me. Trust everybody who sends that message out, that you are not going to find happiness and success if you're trying to manipulate the situation, or you're trying to manipulate somebody's free will. That didn't make any sense to me. But I mean, we got to learn these lessons, right? One way or another. You have to embody this information, or higher consciousness information, if you want to embody higher consciousness. Same with, if you want to learn something, any subject, you got to read the books on it, or you got to do your research on it, right? It's the same thing for ascension. You have to embody the consciousness first and go through the steps to get there. Let's see, for the last card in this 6-card lineup. Okay, kept trying to go, but all right, there we go. This is what I'm talking about. We don't necessarily need to talk about love. We need to talk about ourselves. And this guy, he's all about, like, oh my God, what did I go through with the illusions? Yeah, the illusions, and this is going to go right under the 4 of Wands. The illusions of what we thought was the way to go, because we're not able to, because at one point in your life you were not able to produce or manifest these things in the physical reality. You didn't have the formula, but thankfully there's a lot of information out there, and you've found, hopefully you have, or you're going to find the information necessary. Let me know down in the comments if you can't find this information. I can definitely lead you down the right route. To how manifestation really works, and how we have to fight through these illusions first. You were born into an illusion. You were born into this veil, and right now we're at a time when the veil is thinning. It's at its most thin. This is the day after Halloween I'm filming this. And you might have come to some revelations that your illusions are stepping stones, that your illusions are as a learning process, to get over them, so that you can make the most out of your life and perform the greatest good for all of mankind. That was the 9 of Wands. Sorry, I didn't say that. 9 of Wands. All right, and here's the top clarifier for this deck. Yeah, we're watching the seeds that grow. Once we have come to fruition that, yeah, life is about introspection. It's about working with others. You're planting seeds. You're watching them grow. You have the sense of relaxation once you've dropped all the illusions that don't serve you. Once you start serving your higher self, that Queen of Wands isn't going to have control over you anymore. Or if you want to interpret that as a divine masculine, does not have control over you anymore. All right, no one's going to tell you to shut up and not speak and do what I say, or fit in, keep your head down. The only way you're going to keep your head down is in a book, or looking down on the seeds that you've sown, or the life you've given birth to. Even you look down and you see that new investment, that new project, that new person in your life, and once you've cleared all that other drama away, that's when you start to feel the love. You start to feel how magical your love is, and how it interprets into the growth of everything around you in the 3rd dimension, here in what they would call the real world. We call it the 3rd dimension. All right. So that's a top clarifier. Those are things that we see now. Now here's something that we don't see. What don't we see? What we don't see is how all this interprets into how you have been raised up on this horse. You are holding that reef of life, for everybody to see now. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's ever going to be perfect on the road to ascension. As you get up higher in the dimensions, it only just gets harder, and you always have a chance of losing yourself amongst the crowd. And that's probably what you don't see. There is no such thing as perfection. All right. There's the only place perfection exists is in the heart of a narcissist. Okay, but we know, we have experience. We know what pain is like. We know what it's like to feel the emotions and pain of other people, and not necessarily get carried away in becoming a victim to all those emotions. Everybody's holding wands. All right? Everybody's got a stake in this. But we've learned, we've allowed those energies to lift us up, and we can't forget about them. We have to stand with our flag flying high, that flag of higher consciousness, and action into place. Now that's that bottom clarifier right there. We're gonna move on to some clarifiers from the Rider-Waite deck. Properly shuffled decks. I think I just saw the three of hearts at the bottom. I think I just saw the three of hearts at the bottom. Here we go. All right, let's see what pops out as a clarifier and where it goes. We're gonna, ooh. Okay, we got two, maybe even more coming out. Did anything else come out? No. Okay. So this one fell down the farthest. Ooh, we got three of them. Okay. All right, Spirit. Let's see what's going on. We're gonna take the top one first here. Okay, we got yeah, we're not taking it in reverse, but we have the Nine of Pentacles. All right, now this is sort of kind of looking familiar, isn't it? That's looking familiar. It looks like everybody might be coming into this realization in one shape or another, one form or another, one energy or another. So what this is telling me is that you need some peace. All right, after everything that's happened, and this is actually clarifying Judgment and the Queen of Wands. That after everything is said and done, and after you've had these arguments and these fights, or maybe the silent treatment has taken hold of your family or your friends or your work environment, that you definitely need to take some time for yourself. Maybe get out of your head. This isn't really necessarily introspection, but this is more or less connecting with the earth. Off the top of my head, can't really remember what sign this is. I mean, could be fire, could be earth. But definitely earth. You know, she's holding. You know, she's got a bird going on there. She got her Garden of Pentacles, and she really just needs to take some time, get out of her head, or he get out of his head, and just get into nature. You know, I should take my own advice. I should take my own advice, but I've been working. I've been busy. All right, so we got two more. We got three cards here. What's this one? Oh my goodness! We got the Seven of Pentacles, doubling down on the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, you get this message that once your seeds are sown, you know, you have to set those intentions, know that you deserve them, and let them go. It doesn't necessarily have to be about love. The seeds you sow don't have to be about love. Love will come. Love is here. You have ownership of love. All right? That is doubling down. All right, and then we got the Hangman. Oh, wow, you can't make this stuff up, you know? Sense of waiting. But what this is telling me is that the sense of waiting is over, or at least the tension behind the wait. Yeah, that makes more sense, doesn't it? You know, there's the calm after the storm. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Star card come out, but the calm after the storm is pretty much just being easy on yourself. Don't let that tension get the better of you, thinking that what you need is love to come in because I've been waiting for so long. Trust me. Trust me, I've been waiting my entire life for love to come in. And you know what? It came in quite a while ago. I just didn't recognize it because I was too busy hanging around with that tension. Now I see. Putting my higher self, putting myself purposefully in these positions, in these predicaments, you're saying, has definitely led to a status change. That could be a status in your energy, status in your heart, a status amongst the people that you surround yourself with, maybe even in your family. Probably less likely, but take it as it resonates. All right, so that was a couple. Let's get a couple more. I have a feeling we're going to be doubling down on some more stuff here. Ooh, yes. Okay, doubling on the cards. All right, so what we... Oh. You know what? We're not taking all these. Ooh, and we're definitely not taking that one. I'm not even going to show you those. We're not taking those. Those are actually just going to go on the side. We're not even going to take those. All right, Queen of Cups. Some of you are just like, what the hell? Trust me, it's for your better good. It's for your higher self. Anyway, so we got the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups kind of doubling down on a clarification for the Queen of Wands. That sometimes we got to transition. See, water? This is a water sign, right? And maybe that's who you're dealing with. Maybe that Queen of Wands, it resonates, but it's not. It doesn't fully resonate, and maybe this is why this is coming out as a clarifier, because this could be a water sign that you're dealing with. This could be you, could be Pisces, could be. I mean, there could be an air sign in here somewhere, but I don't know. For some reason, Pisces and Scorpio kind of come to mind. But my point is, water represents transition, okay? And you might have had to transition away from a controlling figure. Maybe a narcissistic figure, that could be a stretch. Maybe someone who just has some great intentions, who's taken care of you for a long time, that is like a divine feminine in your life. But who has essentially just felt like it's just been a bunch of control, and higher self is telling you that you have to dive deep into the water. Get out of your stone throne, dive into the water in order to reach a transitional phase in your life. Need I say more? Let's pull one more popper, and then we'll pull top and bottom clarifiers. Oh, there goes one. There goes one. The Tower coming out. Now, this is, some of you, this is in your future still. Some of you, this is already something you've dealt with. Some of you, this is that Tower moment where you're realizing that not all readings should be about love or focus on love. Ascension in itself, the road to ascension, is a road of towers. And you have to be willing to accept them where they come and where they put you in life in order to become successful on the road to higher consciousness. That's going at the very end, right between the four of Wands and the Nine of Wands, at the very end. All right, so that was the last popper. Now we're going to pull top clarifier. Damn you, Two of Cups. Urgh. Okay, but this isn't exactly how it seems, all right? Because we're always dealing with people, all right? Now, this is, to me, this is like, yeah, someone's got, like, love on the mind, but as we move forward in the future, when we meet the next person, we're going to realize something completely different. That heightened sense of love, that ooh feeling that you get, that is a feeling that is supposed to fade, and you need to take your time. You go ahead and cling your cups together in friendship. But one of you, or both of you, is always coming from a place of introspection, darkness. Notice how they're both dressed very differently. One's a little bit darker, one's a little bit more, I don't know if you want to call that angelic. It seems a little bit more collected. You got the white dress, you got the green floral, and then over here you got the red, right? Almost like there has to be a light worker and an initiate, and you can see that in reverse also. I believe these are supposed to be masculine, feminine, but the roles can be reversed. When you come together, take it nice and slow. Because when you do take it nice and slow, you will definitely be able to discern if this is actually love, if this is actually supposed to just be friendship, if you're all just karmics together, kicking each other's karmically, or if this is a beneficial relationship of a symbiotic nature. Does that make sense? Let me know down in the comments. So that was top clarifier. Now we know, we've sown some seeds. We had double affirmations. After the Hermit, we had double affirmations of the Seven of Pentacles. And then being clarified by what we know, how we know we are going to handle life in the future when those next energies come in to our circle. Okay? Does that make sense? All right, not everything has to be about love. You can have a lot of communication towards somebody that is very attracted to you or that you're attracted to, but you have to be definitely grounded and know that not everything is a whimsical love story. And this reading is definitely not going to be a whimsical love story. And I thought this was going to be a struggle for me, but it's not. It's actually flowing out like magic. Okay, and then we got the King of Cups. Now, King of Cups, moving on. To basically taking control of your life. This goes back to the water signs. It could be you, could be that person, could be anybody really. But the point of the King of Cups is, he's not just going to let anybody fill his cup. He assigns who's going to fill his cup with integrity, discernment, and wisdom. All right? He's not just going to fly off the handle and start being like, let me get your cup, let me get your cup, let me fill your cup, or you know, he's not much of a giver, but he's not much of a taker either. You know, don't give everything away for free, and don't just take everything that's seemingly being handed to you from above. All right, like we were just talking about. You have to operate out of a higher consciousness in order to understand what the difference between your higher self, your spirit guide, you know, your angels, you know, what the messages are, you know, what they're really trying to tell you. You know, you have to have a sense uh, of yourself. You have to know who you are in the 3D in order to become a king in the 3D and ascend to higher dimensions. That's how it works. I kind of want to stop right there. Don't want to really speak too much on that. So we're at 30 minutes and 35 seconds on the clock, and we are going to pull some clarifiers out of the bicycle deck. Okay, we pulled top and bottom out of the Rider-Waite. Now here we go with the bicycle. Written affirmations for those of you who are initiates. I probably got stuff all over my mouth. My lips have been dried out. Okay, this guy popped out right on top of that stack of the Two of Cups with the double clarifiers of the Seven of Pentacles, and this one is a spade, 5 of spades. It says, "I'll get there eventually." I'll get there eventually, because yeah, you're allowed to make mistakes. Don't forget that. Just don't, you know, always forgive yourself. Excuse me. Sometimes you want to slip into these, you know, these mind frames where it's like, oh, I just want this, I just want a little bit, just let me know what it feels like. You know, they're reciprocating, or they're coming in with this offer, and I just kind of want to feel it. I just kind of want to live in it. Yeah, you know, but don't deceive yourself. Don't deceive the other person. There should be an open line communication, and if that person is not willing to accept the truth, then they are not a friend of yours, and you wouldn't want to be involved in a relationship with somebody who doesn't see it that way. That makes sense. I'll get there eventually. The opposite of this one was one step at a time, but this one had to come out. I'll get there eventually, and it's saying that in your communications, you're going to falter, you're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Okay, you're going to make mistakes, and that's okay. But be very self-aware of the mistakes you're making and make the corrections to move forward into the future. All right, that was a top clarifier. I wonder if we're going to get another top clarifier, but that one just popped right out. It landed where it landed. It landed exactly where it needed to land. Ooh, we got two. We got two here. We're going to pull this one that popped out towards the camera first. And this one is saying my power. It's the Ace of Spades. It's a communication card. This is like more divine, my power. So you are your higher self. You know your power. And guess what? This is going above the tower. This is above the tower and just to the right of the Four of Wands, that drone perspective of where you've seen you taking your relationships in the past. And now you know your higher self is telling you that your true power is knowing how to discern, you know, between the actions of your old self, your 3D self, your imperfect self, and then your idealistic self. We're not going to call it perfect self. We're just going to say idealistic, of the one that recognizes the power that brings all your relationships together. Now, this isn't a love reading, but relationships never just go away. They always come in. You know, like I said in the last video, whenever something horrible is happening, something great is happening too. And a lot of times those are people. And those are energies. And a lot of them are meant to serve a purpose in our lives. Actually, most of them, all of them, are meant to serve a purpose. In some way, shape, or form, it's just you. It's your higher power that helps you discern what exactly the message that's coming through when those people do come into your life. That's going above the tower. Kind of clarifying the tower. Kind of clarifying the Four of Wands. And here we go. We've got the Queen of Diamonds. That's my crush. That's my crush. And what this is telling me is that there's going to be more people that come in with the old mind frame that you used to possess. That's kind of, being in that kind of mind frame is like sort of the definition of possession, because your higher self would not tell you just to jump into a relationship. But you know what? You're going to run into people that think that that's what you're all about. Like me, for example. Take me for a small example. I'm a very loving person. I'm a very romantic person on all aspects of life. I know that about myself, but I know what that looks like from the mere aspect. I know what people are looking at when they see that, and a lot of times people get the wrong idea. And personally, I don't really give a shit. You know, they can have the wrong idea all they want. I know what's true in my heart. I don't look at everybody like, that's my crush. Oh, oh, oh. You know, I'm very intrigued by everybody because everybody serves a purpose. And everybody serves a purpose in your life. And sometimes, you know, this could be someone at work. This could be someone at work looking at you like that, like that's my crush. You know, they keep looking at you. I think this came up in last night's reading. But essentially, this is not about love. This is about higher self, and you have to be able to guide people, however gingerly, however dramatically, to come into the realization that not everybody is the queen in the king's life, or not everybody is the king in the queen's life, and you know, definitely keep your take it slow. You know, I'm not saying don't make friendships at work, but take it slow and keep your guys' y'all's business to your damn self. If that is the case, you know, the diamonds represents a good portion of your work life or your works. I like to say works because you could be independent and not go to work and not meet anybody, but you're going to meet someone. Essentially, you're going to meet somebody and they might interfere with your works. Take that as it resonates. That's going to be the bottom, something that you did not see coming. And we're going to stop there. Now we're going to pull top and bottom clarifiers. Here we go. Top clarifier. And there's the king of diamonds. No, I'm sorry, that's the jack of diamonds. Jack of diamonds, confusing claims. Okay, confusing claims. And this was clarifying the I'll get there eventually. Confusing claims, and this all has to do with relationships. Don't forget that's where the Two of Cups was. You know, people coming in, having to kind of set them straight. When people give you these love offers, you know, you don't necessarily have to deny them. You know, they're or you know, you look at it however you want. Whatever offer, whatever communication offer, whatever offer of money, whatever job offer, contracts offered. Use your imagination. Whatever comes in, it shouldn't be some confusing, whimsical claim. You know, sort of trying to steal from your cup that you already have. Steal from your higher self that has already taught you discernment between you and relationships, or you and your future endeavors, and you and your projects, or you and the people between you and the people at work. Don't accept confusing claims. All right, if it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. You know, this video doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. But I have a feeling it does. So hit the like button. Thank you. All right, bottom clarifier. What don't we know, and what do we need to know? About my business. That's what I'm talking about. See? It's like you can't make this stuff up. Come on. Diamonds? I'm about my business. All right? That's you all day long, ain't it? You know, or at least now, that's your higher self all day long. I'm about my business. You know, we can have these relationships, we can have these ideas that we deserve love, and we know we can own it. But in the end, we're about my business. And the opposite of that was about their business, implying that you're just going to go with the flow of whatever they tell you. But we were just talking about, you know, never just accept confusing claims, contracts, love opportunities, communications. Don't just accept them at face value and be like, oh, well, I guess that's a sign I'm looking for. You know, when we're discerning our higher self, our angel messages, you know, or our fly messages or nature messages, whatever messages, however messages are coming in, we discern with our higher consciousness, and we don't go out of that realm. We don't take on more than we can handle. You know, I believe there's an old parable or a proverb or something about not having to deal with, basically, in fewer words, not having to deal with more than you can handle, because you're about your business. You know, don't make somebody else's business your business if that's not your business. All right. All right, my name is Ryan. You've been watching Crosswatcher. This is a channel for Ascension Tarot. We are guardians of divine creation through inspiration. It's been a pleasure reading for you today. Please be subscribed. Help us get into the algorithm. Hit that like button. Share this video. As the plane goes over, you guys enjoy your day.